where they had every opportunity, was in that game and had every opportunity to try to come back. They caused plenty of turnovers against Columbus, but just pitiful shooting from the outside is more or less. And they got into foul trouble. Katie Coombs got in some foul trouble. 3 different Lady Indians with their aggressiveness got in foul trouble and had to sit a lot. But it was still an uphill struggle all night long, no matter before they even got in foul trouble. I don't remember the stats exact. We can look back, but the Indians shot under 15% from the field, and you're simply not going to win very many ball games. And the only thing that kept them in that ball game was their aggressiveness, causing turnovers, and turning Columbus over kept them in that game. Most of the time, it was a double-digit lead for Columbus. It got down to as many as 6-point lead, I believe, for them, but they just couldn't crack through all the struggles they had from shooting from the field.
Yeah, both boys and girls struggled really bad in the first half, just couldn't make anything happen, and they both came out after halftime and had a little bit of a hot streak and started coming back and getting a little bit within reach again, and then it just, it couldn't come together for them. They just couldn't finish.
It didn't really matter what combination Coach Tuck put in there on the ladies' side of it. It really didn't make any difference. Nobody could really get anything going on the night. So that, I'm sure they was glad to put that game behind them, although they was disappointed, ready to put that game behind them, ready to move ahead with the season. And they promptly got a little snow, ice storm, so they called school off Tuesday. And that morning, I believe, Mike, they called the ball game off, or around noon they called the ball game off for at Uniontown. See, Mike, I believe the AD told me that's going to be made up January the 6th.
Okay.
January 6th it just got made up, or just got set today. So I have Cody back in the studio, put that on his calendar too. So I believe there's a Monday, Friday, and then we'll be full-fledged into the basketball schedule after the first of the year. So we look forward to that. I'm sure everybody looks forward to a little holiday break here. Coach Tuck probably looks forward to getting a little practice time in as we are getting set to go over starting lineups here. We're going to take a short break. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to St. Paul Basketball on Hot 105. Doing the national anthem or not?
Probably boys.
National anthem. Fieldhouse here in St. Paul, Kansas. We are set to go over starting lineups for each.
She did a fine job that national anthem.
Here we go. Got a hold. Gets the nod. And for Colony Crest, number Claire Bradshaw, wearing number 25, gets a start for the Lady Indians. It's a nod for the Indians. She's really been playing with a lot of hustle and heart here lately. Had a little problem with turnovers. Mike.
Yeah, that's going to be a challenge for those girls, but Colony, they're coming in here kind of like St. Paul. Sometimes you got to go with what you got on numbers, and not a real deep bench on the part of Colony either.
And it's a good matchup height-wise with her and the young lady from Columbus who really played a good game Friday night. And I know the girls are anxious to get back at it. So we have 8 minutes on the clock, and we are set for tip-off. Katie Coombs set to tip off against too long a ponytail. I can't see. Number 20, Hammond. The Indians control the tip. Hutcherson with the ball. Right wing kicks it inside to Katie Coombs. Out to Wattrick. Swings it around to Struthers to the corner to Bradshaw. Bradshaw drives the baseline. Ball fake. Oh, she drug her foot and traveled as she tried to get it to the weak side to Coombs. And a quick turnover on the Indians as they jump into their full court press against Crest. Get it inbounds to Hermrich. Hermrich feeds it ahead to Ludke. And it's stolen right away by the Lady Indians. Watrick feeds it ahead to Bradshaw at the left wing, inside to Struthers. Ball fake in front of the rim, shot up and good. Already off to a good start are the Lady Indians. Full court pressure applied by the Indians, trying to get it in as Crest get it into Hermrich. Hermrich with the ball, bounce pass over to Hammond. Hammond feeds it to Ludke. Ludke crosses over against Hutcherson, loses her footing, loses the basketball, picked up by Bradshaw, feeds it back ahead to Emily Hutcherson, left-hand layup, good. This is going to be a handful for this young Colony Crest team. Yeah. All this pressure. There was a switch in the pivot foot, got away with a travel, did Goddard's off to Ludke. Ludke picks up her dribble. Now Bradshaw all over her. Bounce pass up to Hammond, stolen away by Emerald Struthers. Right-handed layup, good. Indians out to a 6-0 lead and just rolling here so far in this ball game. Crest feeds the ball back inbounds. It is going to be a foul on Bradshaw. She trailed down behind Ludke, the young freshman, dribbling down the line with her left hand. Bradshaw unable to get ahead of her, and the first foul of the ball game is on Claire Bradshaw. Count is on. Somebody's got to try to get open for Crest. Finally, they get it into Ludke. She's cut off by Bradshaw, fed back up top. Almost a steal by Hutcherson, but Goddard ends up with it. Shot from the free throw line, way too hard, off, no good. Rebound, Claire Bradshaw. Bradshaw pushes the ball down the right side, all the way in. Nope, now she tries to feed it across to Watrick, and it's off of Bradshaw's back. Went off of a Colony Crest Lancer and back into Claire's back, and it's out of bounds, out on the Indians, goes back to the Lancers. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Claire Bradshaw. It will stay with the Crest Lancers. Hammond set to put the ball in play for the Lancers. Looks, gets it in to Hermrich. Hermrich feeds it back to Hammond. She dribbles down the right side, pressured by two different Indians. Now she feeds it into the backcourt to Noah. Noah guarded by Watrick, and it's going to be a 10-second call in the backcourt. I thought he was calling a foul, but it's a 10-second call in the backcourt, so another turnover on the Lancers gives it right back to the Indians.
Yeah, this defense is just too much for the Lancers.
Veteran, 3 seniors on the floor and 2 sophomores for the Indians so far. Their experience is showing against the young Lancer team. Claire Bradshaw into the front of the rim, shot on its way off the backboard and good. Bradshaw and Struthers being aggressive, going to the basket and getting them to fall early on. They would have took a couple of them Friday night if they could have got them to go. Now almost a steal in the backcourt. Hammond's with it, swatted from behind and out of bounds off of Struthers. It'll stay with the Lancers. Lancers basketball as Elise Doherty, number 15, checks the scores table, comes in for Bradshaw. 5:43 left to go in the first. 8-0 Indians lead. Fed into Ludke, excuse me. Feedback up top, now stolen away. Emily Hutcherson on the breakaway, all by herself. Right-handed layup, good. See how long the Indians stay in this press, Mike, against this young Crest team. They're being very aggressive in this press, and it's built them an early 10-0 lead, and we're not even 3 minutes into the game yet. All the way down, it's kicked out of bounds. Hermrich, it's off of Katie Coons, so it'll stay with the Lancers.
Yeah, this defense just, like you said, the experience is really showing, and the defense is too much right now for Lady Lancers.
Hammond tries to get inbounds, stolen away by Hutcherson, ahead to Doherty, right-handed layup, good. Elise Doherty gets the Indians a 12-0 lead as Coach Tuck hollers the retreat to the Indians as they retreat into half-court defense. Crossover by Hammond, swatted away by Struthers, fed ahead to Watrick, right-handed layup, good. 14-0, and there's the timeout by Colony Crest, which you would expect that to be coming. An early 14-0 lead, 4:47 left to go here in the first period. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Let's St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back to Billy Fager Fieldhouse here in St. Paul, Kansas, where the Lady Indians lead 14-0. Out of that timeout, it will be Colony Crest basketball. Lutke with the basketball for Crest, guarded out there by Elise Doherty. Feeds it to Hammonds. Hammonds drives towards the right against Bradshaw. Picks up her dribble, cross-court pass, back up top to Goddards. Goddard swings it around. Who's in the game now? It's Billings, number 3, and she is a senior. Shot no good. Backside rebound by Crest. Now stolen away by Josie Harris, who's just in the game. Fed ahead to Bradshaw. Left-hand layup good. Bradshaw and Albertini into the game for, or Bradshaw, Harris and Albertini into the game for the Lady Indians, as well as Katie Coombs, Claire Bradshaw, and Elise Doherty.
St. Paul's already got more points now than they had on the whole first half last week.
Colony Crest basketball bounce pass down low to Noah. Now swatted away by Albertini. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Colony Crest. Hammond, the young freshman, set to put the ball in play for the Lancers. Feeds it into Noah. Noah double team down there, tries to feed it in the lane. Now there's a whistle blown. It's going to be a foul away from the basketball.
It's on Coombs, I believe.
And that is going to be on Katie Coombs, her first. Team foul number 2 on the Indians. Promptly brings Emerald Struthers to scores table as Coombs comes out. Backside pass, and it's going to be a block by Doherty, but she can get whistled for the foul, and that's going to send number 15, Lindsay Goddards, to the line to shoot 2 for the Lancers. Third team foul on the Indians, first on Elise Doherty. First free throw is on its way short, no good. Goddard settles in at the line, the young sophomore. It's on its way and right through there and good. Gets Crest their first point of the game. The Indians lead 16-1. 3:47 left to go in the first period. Albertini with the basketball. Kicks back up top to Bradshaw. Swings around to Doherty. Doherty up top to Harris. Harris to the right to Albertini. Kicks it back out top to Bradshaw. Bradshaw dribbles to the right to the corner to Albertini. Three-point shot on the way. Well short. No good. A rebound comes to Colony Crest. Swatted away by Albertini. Tries to save it back in bounds. And it's going to be out on the Indians, and they'll stay with Colony Crest.
That's the first missed shot from the floor by St. Paul tonight.
That's because the other 9 or 10 of them, 8 of them has been layups. But, yes, Indians playing much better here tonight. Defense and fast break is driving their offense. Goddards with the basketball. Still holds it against Doherty. Now kicks it up to Lutke. Lutke to the right. Shot up. Loses her footing. About traveled with it. And it's going to be Hermrich with the rebound, but she's fouled from behind. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Fourth team foul on the Indians. First on Emerald Struthers. Hermrich to the line to shoot 2. First free throw off the back iron, no good. Settles in for her second. Second free throw on its way. Off the backboard, too hard. Albertini with the rebound. She pushes the ball right down the middle court, feeds it down to the corner to Harris. Harris to Bradshaw, drives in. Little 10-footer on the way, good. 2:53 left to go in the first. 18-1 in 17.